so tell me what you recall happening when you arrived at Charles McGee's house.
We came in and we went into the kitchen. There was an island, and Mr. McGee brought out some tequila to do shots, and he also brought out some marijuana. They walked over to the far end of the island, and I remained standing in the kind of doorway to the kitchen.
All right. What room did the kitchen lead into or sort of feed into?
The living room.
Okay. And is that where the front door is as well to the house?
Yeah, so it's the front door. You walk through straight through the living room back toward the kitchen.
Okay. And tell me what you remember happening next.
Miss John McGee looked at me in this way where I knew what he intended to do, and he started coming toward me, and I started to back through the doorway, and he grabbed my underwear and he was trying to pull them off, and I was trying to keep them on, and I fell backwards onto the floor, and he pulled them off, and he got down and he wrapped his arms around my thighs, and I couldn't get up. And I started saying no, and he pushed my dress up and started performing oral sex on me, and I was trying to push his head away, and I just kept saying, no, you don't want to do this, don't do this. And then the lights went out and I couldn't see what was happening.
Okay. How did you go from a position of being sort of standing in the entryway to the kitchen to being in a position where he could perform oral sex on you?
Mr. McGee was struggling with me to take my underwear off, and in the course of that struggle, I fell backwards onto the floor.
Okay. And was it a clean fall backwards, or was there anything in the way that you recall?
I hit against a high chair as I fell backwards.
Okay. Did you see who turned off the lights?
I remember seeing Aubrey in the doorway, standing watching, and then the lights turned off.
Okay. All right. And so, did Charles McGee actually penetrate your vagina with his penis?
No, because in that moment when he pulled away, I put my hand down over my vagina and I clamped down very hard, and he was ramming it against my hand.
Okay. And was his penis erect?
Yes.
Okay. What do you remember happening next?
I don't remember how long that went on, but eventually Mr. Dixon turned on the lights and he said something like, she's had enough, and he picked me up off the floor and he set me on the couch.
Okay. And what was going through your mind at that point?
I thought it was over and that Mr. Dixon had finally done what I expected him to do, which was to be my friend and protect me. And I thought I thought, I'm gonna remain calm and just sit here and just let everything calm down.
Okay.
And everything was okay.
Okay. And up to that point, up to the point where Mr. Dixon turned back on the lights and helped you up, got on the couch, had he done anything physically to you?
No.
Okay. And so what happened once you were on the couch and as you put it, you thought it was over?
Mr. Dixon told me that his mother had been diagnosed with cancer, and he was very upset. And I held him and I said how sorry I was, and he was just really struggling with that.
Okay. Is that what you expected the conversation to go to at that point?
I don't think I had expectations. I was in shock,
Okay.
and so I didn't have any expectation.
So along that same line, did you think about just running out of the house, jumping off the couch, see you later?
No, because I didn't know where I was, and at the time I still thought Aubrey was my friend and I could rely on him.
Okay. What do you remember happening next?
And then the lights went off again. And they were both on me, and Mr. Dixon penetrated me with his finger.
Okay. How do you know it was Aubrey Dixon that was penetrating you with his fingers?
Because he was right on top of me.
Okay. And had you seen Charles McGee from your peripheral vision come any closer to the couch at that point?
He was on the side of me.
Okay.
Eventually, he took his finger out, and I put my hand down again. And then he was trying to penetrate me with his penis, and he was ramming his penis against my fingers.
Okay. And where were your fingers that contact was happening?
Right over my vagina.
Okay. And was your body in the same position that it had been in when he was digitally penetrating your vagina?
Yes.
And what was Charles McGee doing first during the digital penetration piece of that?
He was just pawing at my breasts and my body.
Okay.
I just kept saying no over and over, and I said, you don't want to do this, please don't do this.
Okay. And was Aubrey Dixon successful in vaginally penetrating you with his penis?
No.
And while you were covering up your vaginal opening with your hand, what was Charles McGee doing?
He had grabbed onto my wrist and was trying to pull my hand away.
How did it end?
Just kind of all of a sudden, they both got off me, and Charles turned on the lights, and I'm Mr. McGee, sorry. And I just stood up and I said, I want to go home now.